This is Madam 81 coming to you again. And I'm going to just, this video is basically just some of my thoughts and feelings of uh, what's been going on basically yesterday. Um, you know, just, just random things as I always do. Um, First of all, I want to, talk about the panel that was done yesterday on Deanna's live. It was very insightful. It was peaceful. It wasn't a drag fest. It was just people basically giving their opinions, their thoughts on how you know uh, they view things. People, talking about the situation of all the mess that's been going on YouTube. Um, and I think it was really a good thing because, you know, at some point, we as adults on this sector, we have to be mature enough to come together. We can agree to disagree. We can, display our opinions without, any backlash, regardless if you agree or disagree. Um, to each his own. But I think it was a very good live. It lasted about 5 hours. Um, Shout out to Deanna and Just Net, Goddess Tarot, and Food Junkie, and Shantastic. Um, a really great live, y'all. A really good live. I really did enjoy that. It was definitely worth the replay. Um, Another live that I looked at, uh, you know, people just doing their basic commentary and things like that. But I have somewhat of an issue what was said in the biohazard of YouTube's live. Um, we're just gonna name him the biohazard. He was an underling for the demon of YouTube. You know that was exercised from YouTube, but is still watching YouTube. Don't get it twisted. The demon is never fall behind from the righteous. Um, he had a lot to say. Um, and I find it, let me just say this first and foremost. I find it very funny that you can have an opinion on someone when you spent basically your entire life and all of last year doing the devil's dirty work, um, being messy, and things of that nature. Um, he had a live that was entitled uh, Distant Lovers or something about lovers. And he basically equated all the lives that he watched to people being obsessed with them, basically taking up for Doodoo Brown. If you don't know who Doodoo Brown is, you should watch our lives. We give names to all the people that we choose to do commentary on, and he was basically praising Doodoo Brown, basically saying that the people that have left, um, that part, that person's chat, and are no longer friends with him. He was basically saying that they act like star-crossed lovers. He even referred to a couple of people as obsessed, and things of that nature. He also talked about sexy clean and you know and whatever. And one of the things that he said is that all those people coming out now, and all of those people that used to be down with CC, um, they're putting out all this information, all this tea, so called, and what did they say? What was their part in it? So basically, he's saying that you're putting out all this tea, all these receipts. So what was your part in it? He doesn't believe that all the people that have grievances with Doodoo Brown, they're not telling the whole truth and they're not putting out all the receipts, which could be true. Um, who's to say? I can only go by what a person says out their mouth, you know? So it is what it is, respectfully. Um, but I don't think that everybody is what he describes. I think a lot of people, they just seen the mess. They seen the behind the scenes, the drama and all the chaos that was going on. Basically doing the same thing that the person on the Doodoo Brown talked about on his page is the same thing that he's doing right now. Essentially, they want to assume the role of the exercise demon. Um, you know, and to me, it's just crazy how you can sit there and equate everybody that had a problem with Doodoo Brown to them being scorned lovers, or they didn't get the recognition or the clout that they wanted. Many of the content creators that I have seen and watched their videos, they got to where they were on their own merit. um they did what they do on their platforms uh without the help. They were already, their name was already in the streets way before people, all this stuff came about with CC and all this stuff. So um I hate to break it to you, bruh. And he said something that was very telling as well. He said him and this person that they were talking about, because he was on IG and they were watching videos and stuff like that, and they were having a chat like the Messy Express used to be, which only leads me to believe that he's talking about the devil herself, the one that was exorcised from YouTube, from this sector. That confirms to me that she is still watching and she's working through her many minions that's on here to keep an eye on things, as they say. But trust and believe, the devil always finds a way to come back. So stay vigilant with that. um he also talked about how Sexy Clean was clout chasing and stuff, because she came and they did a video, actually a short series with Doodoo Brown, as he called it, the Peace Summit in Baltimore. And I just thought that that was funny, and hypocritical of him, when he was doing all of these things and more for the demon, in VA. So it's very funny to me. It's very hypocritical. From what I got from that video was just basically that he was defending Doodoo Brown. Um, all of a sudden, I guess now he has softened his view on him. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's not the case. I have no clue. But my thing is to say that all those people that left Doodoo Brown's part of YouTube and is not supporting him anymore, that they're star-crossed lovers. You don't know the ins and outs. If that was the case, the same thing could be said for your master, the crazy one, the demon. She was very obsessed with Doodoo Brown. She was very obsessed with Yellow Eyes. She was very obsessed with Sexy Clean, and a host of a lot of other people that are still on YouTube. Um, he attempted to throw his little shade at people, um, which failed to, make any valid points, but only to the people that know him and like him and watch him. Um, Me, myself, as I always say, I'll be randomly cruising the streets. Um, as everybody know, YouTube has recommendation, and his video came up as a recommendation. So I actually checked it out. You know, um, it's a lot of people that I don't watch that I'm subbed to, or it's a lot of people that I don't watch that, I just keep it on there as a reference just to see, because you never know when the next bit of tea or the next ball is going to drop on here. So it's always good to, you know, widen your view of things. Um, I've never liked the biohazard. Um, I think that his little haircut with all the hair missing around the sides is ridiculous. Um, he needs to be more concerned about his health rather than worried about what everybody else is doing. From what I've heard, you're a very sickly person. Um, and there's nothing that you can do, and there's no amount of talking to people that's ever going to take that away. So it is what it is, boo. Um, like many other content creators, I get on here, I do my commentary. I have done lives. I'm doing a lot of more lives this year. And, I have an opinion just like everyone else. But what I always say, opinions are like buttocks. Almost everybody has one. And I think that's what people need to keep in mind, um, especially when they're dealing with other content creators and know them, or kind of sort of know them. Just keep that in mind. People that are friends and that are cool at one point will turn around and not be friends and not be cool in the next one. So, you just gotta do what you have to do, basically. But I think this video was went on a little too long. Hopefully I will be doing a live later on today. Until then, I will be in these streets because I am well rested. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care.